Also today, Eric the Midget, Georgia on his mind, where Diana DeGarmo lives. No evidence at this point that Eric still holds out any hope of getting together with the ex-American Idol runner-up for lunch when Eric heads there this weekend for a wedding. But word through the Stern show that Eric has other plans. Writing a children's book with Diana DeGarmo, at least he would like to. Eric the Midget hoping to have some sort of involvement with Diana DeGarmo, if not romantic, then professional.
Very good. Well, I wish him luck.
That kid is radio gold.
Yep. Hey, anybody want to hear from Eric the Midget? He claims he was invited to a Diana DeGarmo charity event.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Eric. Eric.
Hello.
Hi. So is that for real?
Yeah.
Now, how did that happen?
Well, while I was on my trip back in that area, 2 days into the trip, I get a text message on my phone from Susan saying that Diana's mom, Brenda, emailed her saying that I was invited to a charity event that Diana was going to be at on September the 27th. Only thing is that fell on the very same night that I was at my cousin's wedding, about a 6-hour car ride away from the charity event.
So you never went?
No, I had to decline.
Wow. Can you imagine? Eric the Midget has nothing to do for years.
And everything comes on the same day.
And he finally gets invited to actually be in the same room with Diana DeGarmo. And then somebody has a wedding on the same night. I mean, he sits at home all the time.
Your luck is really bad, Eric.
You got shitty luck, Eric. You really do.
Don't play the lottery.
Not worse than the Yankees.
Yeah, I got to talk about the Yankees.
I know. Artie must be in mourning today.
How are you, man? Did you watch the whole game?
Of course. I watched the whole fucking game.
Hey, Artie, which of the two New York managers will be on the unemployment line first?
I don't know. Are you going to the A's game this afternoon?
Oh, that's right.
Eric, you going to be at the A's game? You little prick.
I didn't have any hope that they would actually make it this year. They made two mistakes at the end of last season. One, firing Maka, and two, getting rid of Frank Thomas.
How do you know so much shit about it?
Well, meanwhile, Gary's got a whole bunch of stats to rub in your face. But
I got the best stat of all.
But how does a Met fan, I mean, the Yankees got
play 4 more days.
That's what all the Met fans are saying. They go, big deal, 4 more days.
Here's the thing.
One team made the playoffs. One team made the playoffs, the other team didn't.
Right, and now they're both playing golf. How much money do you think, since the Yankees won their last World Series in 2000, how much money do you think George Steinbrenner has spent trying to win another World Series?
How much?
$1.1 billion. Okay.
Wow.
That's
What's
a lot
the
of money.
payroll?
I don't know. I'll tell you the Mets haven't spent that much.
It's a lot of money, though.
I mean,
And
seriously,
they still
Artie,
haven't won.
do you think that paying Roger Clemens $22 million was worth it this year?
That definitely
with an
wasn't
ERA in the playoffs. What is his ERA here?
Look at Gary whipping out stats.
Look, you got notes.
Oh, there you go. Roger Clemens, 11.57 was the ERA, but not nearly as good as Chin Ming Wang with 19 ERA.
Is that who pitched last night?
Yeah.
Wang. They took him out after the second inning.
How come he's so fucking bad?
He won 19 games this year, but then something happened.
He had a good year.
And he blew.
Wang? Wang is
Baseball's a long season, man. But once again, A-Rod hit a homer last night. But God,
Forget about A-Rod. What about your beloved Derek Jeter? 3 for 17.
Yeah, I'm surprised Jeter you didn't hear from this.
The Yankees pitching blew the whole.
No, the batting blew.
Well, I mean,
Posada 2 for 15.
Clemens fucked up. Messina fucked up.
But none of these guys hit.
They got into a hole every game.
None of the guys ever hit.
Yeah, well, I mean, Garrett, what do you want me to tell you?
I don't know. Your masculine Yankees versus the gay Mets.
They hit a lot last night, just not enough.
What's going to be, Joe Torre fired first? Answer to Midget's question.
I say Joe Torre. I hate to say it because I really do think he's a good manager. I'd say he's probably fired by the end of the day. Do you agree, Artie?
No, not today.
Why?
Today. No, I don't think they're not. Steinberg's not going to fire him today.
When is he going to fire him then?
Tomorrow.
I mean, it might be like you might hear about it during in like December they signed the deal with. I think he's gonna. I think it's poised for Willie Randolph to come over to the major leagues now.
He's got a contract already with a real.
I don't mean to cut the baseball talk short, but I'm thinking this Eric, the poor bastard has been fantasizing about Diana DeGarmo.
What was the wedding? How important was the wedding?
Whose wedding was it?
It was my mom's sister's son.
My mom's?
So cousin.
A cousin.
A cousin.
Or, do you see? How often do you see your cousin that got married?
Last time I saw him was at his sister's wedding 6 years ago.
So a guy you hardly see, he is a cousin, a guy you hardly see versus Diana DeGarmo.
Eric, did you say to your mom and dad at some point, look, this is Diana DeGarmo, the woman I'm hoping to marry or get into a relationship with. I've been calling her house multiple times.
See, if I was Eric's parents, I would take him to Diana DeGarmo on the chance he might get married. They get rid of him.
Well, they know he has no shot.
Did you ask for a pass on this?
No, because I knew there was no shot. You know, like, they were the ones that had the keys to the rent-a-car, and it was a 6-hour drive between the two places, so...
Oh, do you see what the real torture in his life is? Besides being in the wheelchair, he's a man-child because he's a grown-up, but he's still a child to his parents. He has to ask permission to go out and ask permission to go every place.
And it's like, drive me here, drive me there.
I feel bad.
And like, I do, too. I feel bad for Eric, too, because, like any other guy would just hop in his car and say, fuck this, I'm going to go meet this chick. And I'm going to go drive there and, I'll make some excuse for not being at the wedding.
But he's so beaten down, like, even in his condition, you think he could call a friend and say, listen, get me out of this fucking wedding. I can meet Diana DeGarmo. Come and get me.
Right.
But he wouldn't even do that because he's so afraid of his parents.
Would cut him off.
Yeah.
Don't you know any other gay men or 14-year-old girls that would have went with you to see Diana DeGarmo?
No, fat ass.
Can you imagine
your cousin must hate you, this guy, right? I mean...
Yeah, this cousin's going, oh, my God, we got to have Eric at the wedding.
Go to Eric. You know, he's rolling his eyes.
Does he have to be in the pictures?
Yeah.
No, he was thankful that I was there.
Oh, they had to say that.
Can you imagine what a Diana DeGarmo charity event is? Like, what is that? What is the charity?
The email, I sent to Will, and there was an advertisement on her MySpace page that talks about the event.
So it would probably have been Eric and Diana DeGarmo at this event.
Yeah, I mean, no one else would have been there. Eric, you're telling me Diana DeGarmo's mom called and invited you?
She emailed Susan, the woman I know that knows.
And she said, please invite Eric. She said, please invite Eric to the Diana DeGarmo charity event.
Yeah, it was like something to do with chefs or something like that.
What do you think's going on here, Gary?
It sounds like invitations went out, might have gone out to a person Eric knew, but I don't know. It sounds a little shaky. But, Eric's missing the whole point. You are a charity. You should have your own charity event and get Diana to host it.
Hey, hold on. Mrs. DeGarmo is on the phone, believe it or not. Yes, Mrs. DeGarmo.
Hi, how are you? This is Mrs. DeGarmo.
Thank you for calling in. What can I do for you?
Yes, I'm going to send Eric the invitation for the charity event. He's a lying little fucking midget.
You're saying he's a lying midget because why? You didn't send him an invite?
No, not at all.
Wow. Mrs. DeGarmo says she did not send you an invite, Eric.
He's harassing my daughter. He's harassing my daughter, and next time he's going to do it, I'll press charges on this midget.
High pitch.
Who's high pitch?
Is this high pitch?
This is Mrs. DeGarmo. This is not high pitch.
Who's high pitch?
This is Mrs. DeGarmo.
You're not high pitch, right?
No, this is not high pitch. This is.
It really isn't, Eric. It's Mrs. DeGarmo.
No, it's not Brenda's voice. I know that for sure.
Instead of calling my daughter, keep your little midget fingers up your ass.
All right, thank you, Mrs. DeGarmo. She's clearly upset.
Howard.
Yes, thank you. Lovely woman. Bye-bye.
Hey, Howard.
Yes.
Eric forwarded the invite to Will, and I'm looking at it, and from what I can see, there's nothing in here
that says Eric.
It's very generic.
Right.
If you look at it, we've teamed up with one of Atlanta's biggest celebrities for a great cause.
There's no personal note.
We'd like for everyone to come by and say hello to Diana. For an added treat, she'll even be signing autographs. To get an autograph, simply click here. But there's nothing that says...
Gary, shut up for a minute. I said that's the part that's off of her MySpace page.
Oh.
The text message, I copied the text message from my phone, word per word, and it's under that.
Look at the bottom.
It just says, Brenda emailed me, said you are invited to Diana Benefit on 9/27, some chef show. Hope you're having a good time. But I don't
know, Eric.
It sounds thin.
It's a thin premise there that you were really invited.
It seems like anybody could come.
Yeah. No offense. I don't mean to rain on your parade, but it doesn't look good. I think maybe you were smart to go to your cousin's wedding. It might have been embarrassing.
Imagine if he shows up and there's a picture of him and the police are like, no, we told not to let you in.
All right, Eric, but congratulations. You got close, and I'm sorry you couldn't be there.
Right.
Maybe next time.
Maybe next time.
Yeah, maybe next time the Yankees have a out at the World Series.
Yes, Mr. Freeze, you're on with Eric.
Eric.
Yes?
I love you. I love you, man. I'm not even embarrassed to say it. I love you. I want the world to know. Eric.
Are you gay?
Eric. Eric, I love you.
Eric, what do you say to this?
No, thank you.
All right, Eric, we'll speak to you soon.
All right, bye.
Bye. Well, you see, poor Eric. He couldn't go to the Diana DeGarmo charity event.
That close to his idol.
Yeah.
And yet he couldn't make it.